to Picks, Parlays, and Pints, brought to you by Utopia at 12th and Lind. The event center here, you can rent out spaces for all your holiday parties and such. I believe the MRN Christmas party will be here. So we'll get that all scheduled here in the not too distant future. If it's not already, that was Ashley and Brittany's job. We'll make sure they get that done. And also Heck Gaming, I'm Bob Goff.
Shane Holsey.
And Shane was working on the sports side last week, so he missed us. So Ashley got her crash course in gaming, but she already had the app, as she told everybody. So last week was rough for me. It was I did not do well last week.
I did okay in college. Was out of town Sunday, so might have saved me there, but college, I did all right for myself on Saturday.
Well, there's some big games this weekend for sure.
Goodness. Yes, sir.
But locally, we've got Culver Stockton Wildcats are off, and the Quincy University Hawks traveling to Liberty.
Yep, Battle of the Birds,
William Jewell, and this looks to be a get-right weekend for the Hawks, right? After a toe stubbing on homecoming.
And that was a tough one to watch against McKendree. I like them to rebound here this weekend.
Well, let's hope Coach Kilday and the crew can get them all going for sure. And WIU they're also on the road. UT Martin.
They ran into the wagon that is Tennessee Tech this last weekend. Mm-hmm. Tennessee Tech's just running roughshod through everybody right now. Tennessee Tech also a one-win team. I like WIU's chances to bounce back this weekend.
All right, so we like both those teams to come back after some tough losses last week. Taking a look at the college football action, of course, the big one, Como, Alabama at Missouri.
Red hot, Alabama, red hot.
Am I a sunny, optimistic, lifelong Tiger fan thinking we're going to get Bama this weekend?
Yep, that thing's come down to 2.5 too.
It's dropped to 2.5.
Dropped to 2.5 at least some places I've seen.
Well, this is the first time that since Mizzou and Alabama have played, since Mizzou's joined the SEC, that Mizzou is a single-digit underdog. They've been consistently 14, 15, 20 in some cases.
It's usually a couple at least 2 or 3 touchdowns.
2.5. Wow, I should have bet that earlier when it was 6.5, but I didn't. So
you can still get some 3.5s out there if you want to lay a little juice. So.
All right. Well, you know how I feel. I bleed black and gold. What are you thinking?
I'll buy it up to 3.5. Just give me the field goal if I'm obviously rooting for them to win, but I'm not going to put all my eggs in one basket necessarily. If they lose by field goal, I'll be distraught, but at least I'll make a little cash.
The emotional risk management bet. And then, Illinois got a big one too.
Oh, yeah.
Number one team in the
two
country.
Touchdown dogs against, Ohio State. I've seen nothing that would sway me away from Ohio State laying 2 touchdowns on the road in a conference game is usually not a good idea. Obviously, being in Illinois, we can't place any wagers on that game, but
unless we drive across the river.
Yes.
Well, no, I got to go to Iowa.
Got to go to Iowa.
Up and
over. Our friends up in Keokuk or Fort Madison or up in that area could, if they like Illinois plus the 14.5. It's kind of one of those. Yes, you're laying 2 touchdowns on the road, but nothing's told you to bet against Ohio State so far.
Not
the
at all.
Best team in the country. So do with that what you will.
Yeah, not at all. I think that and it's funny because is the Illinois team that just got dump trucked by Indiana? Was that just an aberration, you think?
Yes. Indiana. Yes, Indiana is really good. That was just Indiana playing their A+ game and Illinois probably bringing their about D- game.
Yeah, no, that was a rough one for sure. Before we get in the NFL, we want to do a quick check on the National Hockey League. We are both St. Louis Blues fans.
Yep.
The over/under on Blues points 92.5.
92.5.
What do you think about that?
Seems a tiny bit high, even as an eternal optimist, that seems a tiny bit high. Or are we talking 82 games here? A little over. Yeah, it's even juiced to the under a little bit on that particular book. if you're a Blues fan, you might as well throw a little bit on the over on that and kind of ride the wave as the season goes on. I'll be on them tonight against the Wild.
I already got my bet in.
I know that much.
We'll show this tomorrow, but yeah, I got my bet in. So
Yep.
So 92.5 if you want to bet for the Blues. That's their mark. If you want to pick them, do that. Playoffs, you think they're a lock?
I wouldn't say a lock, but I think they got a division. Maybe not. My guess would be maybe one of those wild card spots. They got the pieces to make a run there.
It looks like the Colorado Avalanche, the Stanley Cup favorites.
Not surprising. Avalanche, Panthers, depending on where you look. Although the Panthers have injuries out the wazoo, so I guess right now the Avalanche would be the favorites, and they on Tuesday showed why against the team that had the best home record in all the NHL last year.
Yeah.
Dominated the Kings.
Very true. So
they're off to a good start.
NFL time, the Thursday night game, Eagles Giants. Boy, which Eagles team's going to show up? They're a dysfunctional mess right now.
They are. Was that 7.5? Seven right now. 7. I mean, are you going to bet on the Giants right now either? I mean,
yeah, losing.
You talk about a hot mess.
Yeah, losing the wide receiver. That's a lot, so you're relying on that rookie quarterback. The Eagles really had a really lackluster showing against Denver. Denver's a very good team, though. I don't know. You think the Eagles can cover that?
Feels like 6. If you buy that down to 6.5, what is that? Probably minus 140, 145, somewhere in that neighborhood. That would be the side I would lean towards. I'm not betting on the Giants right now. That seems like a
no.
Betting on just about any team from New York
right
now is probably not.
Yes, that was a game that cost me heavily. That was the bet that I had that probably linked into 3 different parlays last weekend. I had that and Texas. Those 2 teams screwed me last weekend.
Yeah. Parlay killers, probably.
Penn
State ruined some money line parlays too.
Yeah,
sure.
And I think that probably a lot of NFL survivor pools I think went down last week too, because there were a couple of monster upsets out there. Not only that one, but also the Carolina one, or the Cardinals and the
Panthers.
Cardinals.
Where did that come from?
Cardinals Titans.
Yes.
Titans. That was crazy. And then the Panthers. Rico Dowdle runs for 200 yards. I mean, just crazy. Although I did bet them, and did get that for their comeback win over the Dolphins, who are also a really rough watch right now.
Yep.
Speaking of rough watches, if you want to get up early Sunday morning, you can watch the New York Jets against the Broncos. Broncos only 7.5 point favorites.
But, I mean, in the NFL, to get above a touchdown is a pretty big spread. Again, are you going to bet on an NFL team from New York right now? Probably not.
I'm gonna throw some money on the Broncos to cover that.
Yeah,
that's 7.5. Although, as you said last time, the overs have been the key on the international games.
And the Jets defense has looked a little porous, and maybe you get to a point where it's about 27-10, and Justin Fields has to sling it around a little bit, and you get a late touchdown, backdoor cover in the over. So we'll see.
That's not going to work. So I also like the fact that Dak Prescott carved up the Jets last week, because I played Dak Prescott in fantasy in a couple of leagues, and of course I had the Cowboys was one of my few winning bets as well. Of course I didn't, and while I lost some money, I didn't lose as much money as Jerry Jones did. Flipping off the New York fans.
Relatively speaking, though, I think it's probably about
him losing $250,000 and me losing $20, probably on par. So, but anyway, I like the Broncos to cover in that one. And then another hot mess team, the Cardinals. That loss that they took to the Titans.
How do they respond to that?
And the Colts are only 7 point favorites at home.
Yeah.
I think I like the Colts to cover that.
Nothing swayed me against that. Laying more than a touchdown in the NFL is usually you're kind of walking on eggshells there. But maybe a 6.5 on the Colts would be a decent play there.
Cowboys at Panthers. Cowboys favored by 3. which Cowboy team's going to
And
show
which-
up?
which Panthers
and which
team?
Panther team's going to show up?
That's one of those where you pick a side, hold your breath, and see which team's going to show up.
Is this the Rico Dowdle revenge game where he just decides to roll up another 200-yard game?
Against the Cowboys, it's that defense has been suspect.
Oh, it's possible. He can run 2 for 200 against Dallas, against that defense. There's
definitely.
no problem. As much as I'm a Cowboys fan, it's gonna be tough for me to take them in this one.
Mhm.
It really is.
Panthers are a sneaky team at home. That's
probably a stay
maybe
away.
a sleepy spot.
Probably stay away. Going to talk to a lot of Steeler fans in the area. They are 5.5-point favorites against the against the Browns. I didn't think Dylan Gabriel looked terrible.
He didn't
last week.
No. This is the Browns. The Browns defense will keep them in just about every single game, and you know the Steelers usually play a lot of close games. That's just the nature of the way they play. Betting on it's one of those cases. Do you bet on a team from New York? Do you bet on the Browns and kind of hold your breath, or do you trust Aaron Rodgers at home?
Now, didn't the Browns lose in England last weekend, or was that the weekend before?
They lost on a essentially walk-off touchdown to Minnesota. Yes.
Okay, but that was last weekend,
That was
right?
last weekend.
I thought when a team came back from across the pond, they got a bye. They usually got a bye, but not in this case. So yeah, again, are you jet lagged? Are you tired from that trip? You know, the Steelers. Again, Rodgers has looked solid, but everything else on them has looked a little shaky. But again, maybe again, it looks like a good under too. But the Steelers that have spoiled me on a couple of under bets so far this year as well. So it's been kind of rough betting the Steelers. So Rams, Ravens, again, lots of Rams fans still around here from when they spent those years in St. Louis. 7.5 at the Ravens.
That's obviously that tells you they're projecting Lamar not to play. That would be one where you wait and see. I would not play the Rams. Wait and see the news on Lamar Jackson, because if he ends up playing, that'll probably end up being more like a pick'em. Chances are he's not going to play. So if he doesn't play, Rams say -6.5. If you can find one out there, would be a decent play there.
Packers 14-point favorites over the Bengals,
The Joe Flacco led
and their new quarterback.
Man alive!
Again, that's a lot of points.
Laying 2 touchdowns in the NFL is just.
This is a
insane.
game where I could see Joe Flacco just stepping in and I've got these great targets and lighting it up. I think this is good.
Very well could.
I'm gonna bet the over on this.
I don't hate that.
And maybe the Packers in the over is what I'm looking at. I'm not going to touch that 14 points.
So
no way.
Remember, you saw when the Bills were favored by 16.5 or whatever it was against New Orleans. New Orleans was right there
the whole way. So my favorite player to watch right now in the NFL is Baker Mayfield. And wow,
as it should be.
How many fourth quarter comebacks can a guy pull off? And he's got that rookie receiver who's incredible.
Luka.
And they are 3-point favorites over the Niners. This looks like an easy cover, but again, it doesn't. It seems like Tampa Bay waits until the fourth quarter to get it going every week.
This could be a case where you wait and say, hey, the Bucks are down by a touchdown. Just wait till they're down a touchdown in the fourth quarter and then live bet them.
I think that's a great call. Yes, live bet that Niners-Buccaneers game.
Wait till the Buccaneers.
Wait till the
Niners go ahead and then bet the Bucks live. That seems to be the play.
I think that's good advice there. Lions and the Chiefs.
Oh, man.
I mean,
you talk about a must-win game for Kansas.
No question.
I usually don't throw around the term must-win games, but you can't go 2-4.
Well, especially after the way they just totally gave that game up the other night. I mean, it was just brutal.
This feels like a game though the Chiefs do win. Of course, we don't like the Chiefs never cover all this stuff. They're
only 2.5-point favorites.
And here's a nugget for you. Last year in 1-score games, they were 11-0. 0-3 this year. It's amazing how kind of water finds its level, isn't it?
I think I like the Fighting Dan Campbells in this.
You do?
One. I like the Lions.
See, I'm picturing in my mind. I cannot look at next week's schedule and see that 2-4 next to Kansas City. I just can't. I can't visualize that.
All right.
Now the Lions might. I don't know. TBD on this one.
All right.
Hey, that over looks pretty inviting though.
Oh yeah, 52.5 all day long. I think that's a no-brainer. So, and again, the NFL, the early Sunday game, and a Sunday night, 2 Monday games. I love it when they do this.
Yes.
2 Monday night games. Bills Falcons. Bills only favored by 4.5.
Yeah.
But again, they really dropped a bad one Sunday night to the Patriots. But only 4.5. But the Falcons have been frisky.
I kind of like both home teams in these
Monday night games.
Okay. The Falcons, they've been frisky. You saw what they did up in Minnesota on prime time.
You're getting plus 185 if you bet the Falcons.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
I'll take the 4.5 points again. If you like betting totals, that might be an over scenario. Michael Penix is slinging around a little bit. Bajan's probably going to get in the end zone once, maybe twice.
Yeah. Drake London.
Bills defense hasn't been spectacular.
No, their secondary's been brutal.
So I would maybe look at a total there.
I'd look at
same in the other game.
I'd look at a Drake London prop on that too. Like I said, the Bills secondary's been just horrible. And the next game, the Bears. The Bears are minus 4.5. Commanders favored 4.5 on Monday night in Washington, and the Bears coming off the bye, right?
Yeah. So that if you think about this, that's telling you if you add a couple points for home field, you're looking at a neutral field. Say they played the NFC Championship game for some reason, say in Kansas City, the Commanders will only be like a 2.5 point favorite.
Yeah.
So take that for what it's worth.
It sounds like Daniels is playing though.
Yeah.
They ran the Commanders running the ball really well with Bill. Bill had his first breakout game. Bears' run defense has not been anything to write home about. You think Washington in this one. Of course, they won. It took that goofy Hail Mary to win it last year for them.
Yeah.
But I think I like the Commanders. I like the Commanders to cover in this one. I think that's another case where the over looks really good.
Yep.
So we've got a plethora of football this weekend. We've got Illinois and Mizzou, each with big games. Illinois, Illinois just needs to show up.
Yeah.
And if you're a one-score game in Ohio State, it's like, okay, that's good. Mizzou, same thing. I'm much more optimistic on Mizzou than Illinois. I really think that the Tigers, this team looks special. So we'll see. But again, monster. I mean, you're talking about each team is playing one of the marquee, the blue blood football programs. Alabama and Ohio State doesn't get any bigger than that with those two schools, and each of our home state schools are playing those powers. So that is fantastic.
Both games are 11 a.m. So either you're on cloud 9 the rest of the day, or the rest of your day's ruined.
As someone who's attending the game, I hate 11 o'clock kickoffs. I want my 2:30 kickoff.
2:30 is a nice sweet
spot.
I
want that. We got it. That means my son Alex and I have to leave here at 7:30. Yeah, we'll stumble into a tailgate probably, and then we have to bring Shakespeare's Pizza back home for mom.
Of course.
But again, I was hoping that the other game that would be the afternoon game, so we could stop something. We could go to Shakespeare's and watch the Illinois Ohio State game.
Not so much. Maybe at halftime sneak a little peek there on the.
Well, you can, and of course you can't leave the stadium at SEC games. Got to stay, and I'm sure we're going to stay because it's going to go down to the wire,
you would think
baby. So anyway, as we always like to say, we didn't say at the beginning, this is for fun only. Bet with your head, not with your heart. 1-800-GAMBLER, 1-800-BETS-OFF. Again, just the nickel and dime bets are always fun. If your finger gets fat and you mean to place a $2 bet and you place a $20 bet, that's okay. $5 or $50, but that's fine. But let's keep it down to let's just make it reasonable and make it something you can have fun with. That's right. So, all right. Have a great week. We want to have a winning week. Again, we want to thank Utopia and Heck Gaming for sponsoring Picks parlays, and